Greetings, Fog. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my own Timeskip My Little Pony alternate universe. This is the first part of a hopefully multi-part series where I cover these characters and their stories. It takes place between Celestia and Luna's retirement and the actual time skip in the show during the last problem. While I typically try and keep this kind of thing as canon accurate as possible, I have and I will make changes where I see it fits. And so, without further ado, let's get into the princesses in this world. First off, we're starting with Princess Twilight Sparkle. Considering she was already a princess and the primary ruler of Equestria last we left off in the show, I think that would be more odd if I did not include her. She is the princess of friendship and the embodiment of magic. Not much is too different about her except for the fact that she is more regal and is embracing her role as a princess more so than before. For her design, I gave her a cooler color palette, more regal accessories, little pops of yellow, and a unicorn beard, which I always love giving to older Twilight. I just feel like it fits her. Her main inspirations were her 2 coronation dresses and Princess Cadence's design, which I think you can really tell with her hair. Like I said, her hair is inspired especially by those influences, but also a bit by, the Rainbow Power design that she got right after fighting T-Rex. I just thought that would be something cool to tie in, and a bit with, the rising sun, since she also controls that as well. Her role in Equestria is as its main ruler. She raises both the sun and the moon, and typically settles diplomacy within Equestria. And while some things have settled down, when threats do arise, she works with her friends to defeat them, spreading friendship and harmony throughout Equestria. Not much has really changed about her, and since she has the most canon stuff, she has the least changed about her, aside from her design, which I'd say was my farthest departure with her. But overall, that's pretty much what her character in this AU is. So, let's get on to the next part. Our next princess is none other than Princess Sunset Shimmer, our first addition to the lineup. She's the Princess of Hope and the embodiment of empathy. Because she is not a princess in the canon, I obviously changed more about her and her story and took some creative liberties with it. I think how she got her wings was probably something along the lines of she earned them in one of the Equestria Girls movies, and she didn't realize that she was a true alicorn in the pony world until she eventually visited one day after graduating. I'm thinking that there could have honestly been many chances for her to earn her wings that we've seen in the Equestria Girl movies. For example, in Equestria Games when she helps Sideway, in the music video My Past Is Not Today, in Legends of Everfree when she helps Gloriosa, or, I don't know, maybe even in the Forgotten Friendship movie where, the main 7 all lose their memories and then one of them has to go through a great deal to return everyone's memories to fix destiny. Magical mystery cure. What was that? But no matter which of these are picked, it's undeniable that there's a lot of imagery that shows Sunset with wings. Specifically phoenix wings, but we'll get into that more later. It's gotten to the point where that in the Equestria Girls Cruise special, where they all go to Equestria briefly and become ponies, I was honestly hoping that she'd have some wings, which, to my dismay, she did not. At the very least, I kind of would hope that maybe she would have some sort of temporary wings, like we've seen with Sunny Star Scout in Generation 5, because it would feel kind of fitting, especially, them feeling almost phoenix-like, but that did not happen, and it's completely separate. Maybe a different video, I'll get more into that, but let's just get on to her design. I actually didn't change her design too much overall, aside from her unicorn tail, her curved horn, and her wings. Let's talk about her wings, by the way. Her wings were intended to be a phoenix wings, as opposed to Pegasus wings, unlike all other previous alicorns. This is mostly due to her numerous allusions to phoenixes within Equestria Girls, especially the music video My Past Is Not Today. But I personally think that would be a really cool concept, that alicornhood, while can be guided by an elder alicorn, often isn't, and the individual experiences and differences and transformations can lead to different types of wings horns, etc. But that this variance can be limited when you are guided by a specific individual. You'll definitely see more of this with my next design, but I'm just pointing this out now. Also, can we just mention that Celestia has a pet phoenix, and with Sunset having phoenix motifs in the canon, it's just too perfect. Especially with the already ingrained symbolism of rebirth. I mean, I could gush about it for a while. Her role in Equestria is as a secondary ruler, probably the least present out of the 3 rulers of Equestria proper. How she came to rule was after visiting Equestria after graduating with her friends. It was discovered that she had become an Alicorn. Because of this, Twilight offered her a seat on the throne. Sunset was reluctant, but eventually agreed, especially once she was given a role that would allow her to see her friends frequently. She helps raise the sun, and she settles diplomacy within the parallel worlds to Equestria, using Star Swirl the Bearded's magic portals shown in the IDW comics, finding ways to repair the mirrors while helping to protect different worlds, while spreading hope and empathy across them, keeping her friendships and forming new ones along the way. Now, on to our last princess and our other new addition, Starlight Glimmer. She was actually the first pony I designed, and considering the fact that she was Twilight's first student, I thought that it would be a pretty good fit to have her as a princess. She's the princess of unity and the embodiment of equity. As she is also not a princess in the canon, I took my own liberties. While I am largely trying to keep it canon compliant, it's my alternate universe and I'm gonna do what I want. Because of this, I'm making some significant changes to her backstory. I'm not gonna get too into them now, as I am planning to touch it up later in a future video hopefully, but on top of her losing Sunburst as a friend, I want to explore how magic cutie marks seemingly can often lead to isolation, and how that could also cause Starlight to grow even more bitter towards cutie marks, leading her to form her village and stripping the entire town of their individuality before her redemption. I'm also changing the Crystal Empire's relationship with the changelings, as I feel that Cadence and Shining Armor have had every right to be wary of the changelings after their experience with them, crashing their wedding, trying to eat their love and stuff. And while that doesn't justify, hating an entire group of people, I'd say, it can definitely, lead to more conflict that would make sense, and I feel like it was resolved very easily within the show. By making this relationship weaker, I think it could also give Starlight a chance to earn her wings, which I'll touch up on in a minute. Once again, I mainly stuck to her original design. However, I gave her a slightly different hairstyle, a longer horn, and a little neck cuff thing with a bow on it. Now, I should probably mention the most obvious addition as well as my favorite one, her wings. I really want to give Starlight Glimmer a pair of changeling wings. First off, I think it fits if she earned her wings while helping the changelings, but I think it would also fit her, since she acts as a bridge between many. The fact that her wings are based off changelings shows how she can adapt to situations she's in and how she can relate and put herself into other shoes. Not to mention how kind of the phoenix imagery, there's a lot of symbolism within redemption, I'd say. Her role in Equestria is also as a secondary ruler. She helps to raise the moon and typically settles diplomacy within Equestria and other nations such as with Equestria and other nations such as the Crystal Empire, Saddle Arabia, Kirin Grove, Yakistan, Hippogriphia/Sequestria, the Changeling Kingdom, etc. You get the point. She helps settle relations between these different places in Equestria, helping to keep the places beyond Equestria at peace. Her views of equality and equity aiding her in coming up with fair solutions for every creature. Now, just to kind of touch up on her, helping fix the relations between the changelings and the Crystal Empire, I think that Cadence and Shining Armor and the Crystal Ponies would probably still have a bad relationship with each other, and so I think that it could even break out into possibly war, maybe even crystal ponies becoming corrupt, some changelings becoming corrupt. It could get so bad to the point where Starlight would need to step up, and when she does solve it, I think that could help earn her wings, if that's not how. I will definitely explore that in the future, but I'm pretty sure that's how she got her wings. Now, while he's not a princess, I'd like to take this moment to share my design for Spike. He's the royal advisor to the princesses and the embodiment of bravery. I designed this because I wanted an older version of him that didn't look like, well, let's just say whether it's The Last Problem or G5 we're talking about, neither of them are really ideal examples in my personal opinion of what he could look like older. And at the very least, he has a bit of a transitional period where he's in more of a teenage stage with this design. I don't really have much more to say other than that, except for the fact that he's probably gone back to the Crystal Empires a few times over the years and has somehow saved it from some new threat every time, growing into more and more of a famous hero each and every time, which I just find kind of amusing. Before I end this video, I want to touch up on some lore and themes that I wish to explore with this story. Just some background, it's been around 10 to 15 years or so in the future, with The Last Problem being around 20 or so years in the future in my AU. Sunset Shimmer is the newest alicorn to the lineup, and she's definitely a bit nervous about ruling. However, both Starlight and Sunset are relatively new and therefore don't really look like a matured alicorn. I'd say that Twilight is the most noticeably old alicorn out of the three of them, which, would make sense. And she's starting to resemble Cadence. For these embodiments I've been talking about, it's essentially the same thing as the main six's elements of harmony. Essentially, every pony has one that fits them. However, due to the elements of harmony existing, it amplified those traits and brought them together due to Star Swirl and the Ancient Pillars' actions. Those would bring our main six together and act as relics that work particularly well together to channel harmony. Most ponies will never know about these embodiments they have, but it will act as a part of them whether they know it or not. It will drive their magic and their very being. Now, as for some themes, I really want to show redemption, which I think can be seen by all the princesses having gone on some sort of redemption arc. And while Twilight was never as evil as the others, she probably could have gone on that path if she never found her friends. And so I'll definitely explore that in ways that you will see soon when I continue this series, especially with the possible antagonists I will introduce. Except, will they be antagonists this time around? Or will they maybe just be misguided? You'll have to wait and see, but I'm really excited to continue this, and I really hope that you are excited to see it. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this alternate universe, and make sure to let me know what you think and who you'd like to see next. I'm still figuring out the plot and my plans for what I'd like to do with this series, so please feel free to recommend anything you'd like to see in the comments. And while you're at it, any likes or any subscribes are greatly appreciated. I'm also a bit more active on Instagram, so if you want to see any updates to this sooner, it will probably be out on there before it'll be on here. Thank you and goodbye! Fog out.